Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Troy, and I really appreciate you taking your time tuning into my video. First of all, I want to apologize for not making a video in the past 3 or 4 days. Just before the weekend, it was my grandson's 4th birthday. And it was like a 2-day extravaganza. It was a lot of fun, but extremely tiresome. And then, of course, we had the long 4th of July holiday. But now I'm back to making videos. Now, some of the information I might be making videos about in the next couple of days, you might have heard already, because some things happened while I was not making those videos. A federal judge has reversed the ATF ban on ghost guns. In another blow to Joe Biden's war on guns, a federal judge has reversed an ATF ban on so-called ghost guns, ruling that the president and the ATF overstepped their jurisdiction. On Friday, Texas-based United States District Court Judge Reed O'Connor said the ATF went further than Congress in banning the partially made guns. This case presents the question of whether the federal government may lawfully regulate partially manufactured firearm components, related firearm products, and other tools and materials. In keeping with the Gun Control Act of 1968, Judge O'Connor wrote, because the court concludes that the government cannot regulate those items without violating federal law, the court rules that the government's recently enacted final rule is unlawful agency action taken in excess of the ATF statutory jurisdiction. On the basis, the court vacates the final rule. The rule is most likely going to be appealed. It follows on the lifting of a ban on so-called bump stocks and signals trouble for the administration's latest effort to ban AR-style pistols that use an adjustable pistol brace. Second Amendment advocates cheered the ruling as the latest action to shut down Biden's effort to grab guns by executive orders and not Congress. In this case, ATF said that uncompleted or unfinished gun parts are guns and can be regulated. The court said parts aren't guns under the law. In releasing the rule on gun frames and receivers, Attorney General Merrick Garland last year said he was simply modernizing a 1968 law calling the parts guns. But the court mocked ATF's claim that gun parts are at the same time firearms and may be made into firearms. The issue in the case is whether ATF may properly regulate a component as a frame or receiver, even after the ATF determines that the component in question is not a frame or receiver. It may not. Logic dictates that a part cannot be both, not yet a receiver or a receiver at the same time. Defendants' reliance on that logical contradiction is fatal to their argument, the judge wrote. At issue are kits that require a purchaser to complete to turn parts into a gun. Typically, they are 80% finished and require drilling and assembly before they become guns. Because they aren't guns in the legal definition, they do not carry serial numbers, and background checks are not required to buy one. Some in law enforcement claim that the guns are used in crimes but can't be traced. This is a monumental victory against the tyrannical ATF. Firearms Policy Coalition has argued that the rogue agency has unlawfully attacked gun owners in this latest round of rulemaking, and we are grateful to see the court agree. This decision amounts to another court blow to Joe Biden's anti-gun agenda, which threatens the very Constitution he swore to uphold and defend when he took office. This case is one more example of the Biden administration's ongoing effort to exceed its authority in an effort to place as many restrictions as possible on the rights of law-abiding gun owners. This is definitely a huge, monumental victory for our Second Amendment rights, and it should set a precedent when it comes to the pistol brace ruling and those upcoming court cases. As always, I would really like to hear your thoughts about the video in the comments section down below. And if you guys can do me a solid and help the channel out, and it also helps the channel grow by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications, I really would appreciate it. And I invite everybody back to see my next video.